Hello, welcome to Yoga IRL. My name is Claire, and today I'll be guiding you through a PMS/period-friendly yoga flow. This is a very gentle, soothing sequence. We won't be standing, and it's just very cozy and nourishing. I would like to start by saying that this is an all genders and gender identity safe space. So no matter what you identify as or who you are welcome here. No matter what your body is doing, you're welcome here. Even if you're not menstruating and you're just curious what goes on in these videos, you're welcome. So I just wanted to start out by saying I love you and you're perfect just the way you are. For this class, you'll probably want to have a couple of blocks and definitely have a couple of pillows. I've got 2 bed pillows. You could have a bolster or like a couch cushion and a pillow or something like that, just to make this extra comfy and cozy. And I would also recommend having a cozy blanket if you tend to get cold, something you can like lay over yourself in child's pose or whatever. I would do that, except that I'm, teaching you, so I don't want to cover myself. Anyway, this practice also pairs great with a cup of warm herbal tea, which I have over here. So feel free to make yourself a cup of tea. Just do anything you need to get cozy and warm, and we'll begin. So find yourself in a comfortable seated position. You could be seated up on a block or a pillow or on your legs or anything. Start to close your eyes or soften your gaze down towards the floor. And just become aware of your body. Whatever you're feeling right now, mentally, emotionally, physically, just notice it. And do your best to accept what you're feeling without trying to change it or run from it. And start to become aware of your breath. Maybe it starts to deepen. Relax your belly here. Take a deep breath in through your nose and sigh it out. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Let your body be loose here. I encourage you to bring your hands to your heart and set an intention here. Maybe you came to the mat today to bring yourself a little self-love or some physical comfort. Whatever brought you here today, I'm grateful that you're here. All right, open your eyes and we'll start in child's pose. Only it's the ultra super luxury child's pose. So take a pillow or bolster or whatever. Big toes together, knees wide as comfortable. No need to force anything here. Take the pillow in between your legs. And if you want to get even more extra about it, take a second pillow and stack it on top of the first. Perfect. You can also have it long ways like this, either way. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, and then as you exhale, start to just melt over your blocks or melt over your pillows. And rest one cheek on the pillow. Turn your head so your other cheek is resting on the pillow. Breathe deep into your low back here. Start to walk yourself back up to sitting slowly. Take your blocks, or take your pillows over to the side and come into hands and knees onto tabletop. Be very gentle with yourself here and start to sway into your hips. You could take cat-cow here or any hip circles that feel good for you. Gentle, slow movements, listening to your body and what it needs today. Continue to breathe as you make these movements. Come to stillness and step your right foot in between your hands for low lunge. This is where blocks might come in handy. If you feel like the floor is a little too far away today, it's nice to have blocks under the hands to bring the floor up a little closer. And just let your hips relax here, feeling an opening through your left hip flexor, a little more space created in your lower belly. Take deep, smooth, soothing breaths here. Push out of this pose, removing the blocks to the side if you were using them. And then pivot so your right foot, your right knee comes down behind your right hand and come into pigeon pose. I'm going to take this with pillows because that's just the mood. So you could take a pillow or two in front of you just to melt yourself over. This is optional. Take any variation of pigeon that feels good for you today. Wherever you are, start to come out of this pose slowly and gently, moving your props off to the side. You can walk your back leg in, back knee back into tabletop, and take any movements here that feel nice after that. Maybe you want to press back into a quick child's pose. When you're ready, step your left foot up between your hands for low lunge. Again, you're welcome to use blocks here, but it's not required. And just melt your hips down, loosening up that kind of tight midsection, your hips. Release this pose, pushing into your front foot, removing your blocks if you were using them. And then pivot your left foot into pigeon pose. Release your hips down. It might feel nice to put a block under your hips if the floor feels a little far away today. And then option 2, stack some pillows in front of you. Wherever you are, relax into this pose. Start to walk yourself out of this pose. Remove your props. And come back into tabletop. Take any movements here that feel good. And come to sit down. Take your legs out wide for wide-legged forward folds, but you don't need to take your legs as wide as they can go or as wide as you normally would go. And you can stay up or stack your pillows. You know where this is going. If you want to fold forward today, you are welcome to fold forward, or you could just stay up here and just let the sensations happen. Wherever you are, relax. While you're here, make sure that your kneecaps are pointing up towards the ceiling and not rolling inward. So you need just a little bit of muscle activation in your outer thighs and glutes. But otherwise, this should be a passive fold. Push yourself back up to seated if you were folded forward. Take your pillows off to the side. And lay down on your back. Take your knees into your chest. And you can give yourself a little lower back massage by circling your knees in one direction and then the other. Good. I'm going to take a pillow under my head for this next pose. You're welcome to do so as well. Just do what you can to get comfy here. You're going to roll over onto your left side and come into like a little fetal position. Just kind of curled in, knees bent, head supported, either by your arm or a pillow. And then take your other pillow and snuggle it up against your back. So up next to your hips and just below your shoulder. Just as like a little, it's like you're the little spoon and the pillow is the big spoon. So you can stay here, or you can take your top arm up and over into a very gentle twist. And the back pillow will help support your hips, keeping them facing upwards or kind of perpendicular to the sky. And just let your arms reach out here. And breathe into your lower belly. Bring your top arm back over. Take another moment in this little curled up position. And roll over to the other side. Take the pillow to the other side. Starting in that curled up fetal position. Rest here for a moment. Then take your top arm, lift it up and over for a twist. This is optional. If this is too much for you today, you can just stay in that first curled up position. Take your top arm and bring it back over, unwinding from your twist, settling in. Come into Shavasana from here, which can be any pose that feels comfortable for your body right now. You can have your knees bent, hands on your belly. You can have a pillow over your stomach. It's like a little extra weight and compression that might feel really nice. I highly encourage a cozy blanket. You can also put the pillow under your knees and stretch out, or take a more traditional version of Shavasana. And rest here. If you'd like to take a longer Shavasana, I encourage you to do so. You can follow along with one of my guided Shavasana meditations. You could find that in the cards on the screen. Otherwise, you're welcome to join me at seated, eyes closed or gaze soft. Take one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly when you're here. Just breathe into your hands. Notice how your body feels now. Notice how your mind feels now compared to when we started a little while ago. Maybe you don't notice a difference. Maybe you do. Thank you again for joining me in this period-friendly yoga flow. I hope you got some good out of it. I hope it makes you feel a little bit better and loved and nourished. You are loved. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you on the mat soon. Thanks again for practicing with me today. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know what you thought in the comments. Would you like a more active, period-friendly yoga flow? Just let me know. I personally tend to like slower, more gentle yin style practices, but if you're interested in something a little bit more dynamic and active while still targeting those areas of the body that might be a little sore this time of the month, just let me know and I'll make that for you. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you soon.